Hello Oracles, and happy Memorial Day to those of you here in the US. I want to take a moment to thank you all for your service, and for anyone around the world who has served in the military, thank you so much for what you have done for us and your countries. Well, it's the end of the month, so at the end of every month, I go on here and I share with you guys all of my income sources and my investments that I made with all of that income over the course of the month. We have one day left of the month, but you know what, we're close enough. I don't have any other expenses coming through, no more income coming through as well. So I will give you the full rundown of how this month went. So for income, I had less income sources this month, but the income was pretty good. I did get I got one bonus at work, and they changed our PTO around, so they paid us out for a good chunk of that. So I've got some good income there. And so income from my job take home was $63.22. So this is the money that is after child support gets paid out, after all the taxes come out, after 401k and all of my other deductions. This is what I actually have take home. And I have it split into two accounts. $250 every single week goes directly into my savings, because that's what I'm using for a little bit of a nest egg, a safety net, and a down payment on a house in the future. And the rest of it comes to me for me to be able to pay my bills and other investments that I plan on putting money into. And for YouTube, and thank you all very much for watching and supporting this channel, for YouTube last month I brought in $824, which was a growth of the previous month, which was nice. And when it comes to Google, I kind of can see in the ads and how much they pay out by the ads, kind of how the market is going, because we can see it fluctuates a lot. Like when I started this channel back at the end of last year, ad rates were through the roof, just because, we're going into a holiday season. And so we had a little bit of a pickup going into April. It has now dwindled down slightly, not much, but it's nice because I can see the fluctuations in that, and that translates almost directly to the market. And another source of income that I decided to add to this was my rewards that I get for all the different accounts that I have. Like for instance, if any of you click on any of my links in the description and decide to sign up for any of the apps that I use, we both get a bonus out of it, so I put those in there. And then for some of the cards that I have, like my Cash App card, I get 5% back in Bitcoin for a purchase at a restaurant every week, which I take my son out every week, so I get 5% back in Bitcoin for that. Plus I have a BlockFi card. And with the BlockFi card, I get 1.5% back for every purchase I make in Bitcoin. And at the end of every month, I also get paid interest. And whatever I have in there for my account, I get 5% back in Ethereum based on how much Bitcoin I have. So kind of double dipping, and it's very nice. So for all of that, I got $34 for last month. $34 for free, I'll take it any day. And so for my total income that I was able to invest over this past month, I had $7,180. So now I'll break down all the investments that I made over the course of the month. So my 401k for my job contributes 8%, 38% up to 8% of whatever I contribute as well. So I put in $1,281 into my 401k. Currently, this is a pre-tax 401k. I have not switched it over to a Roth yet because I wanted more money take home so that I could save more up to buy the house that I'm looking for. Once that's done, I will flip it over to a Roth so that it gets taxed up front and I won't have to pay taxes in the future. So for right now, that's where it's at. And it doesn't really reflect what I have for the income that I stated, because all of this comes out before of that income. So it doesn't balance out exactly, but I wanted to break down all of my investments and where my money goes. And now I do have a 401k outside of work. I had it there because initially I didn't have an option to take my 401k outside of my job if I had left my job at all. So I had this one here as a safety net. I can now take my 401k with me, and I can use it anywhere else, and I can contribute to it on my own outside. So I don't really need this one anymore, but I've been putting $25 every month into it, and I'm still doing so I have $25 that I contributed to that last month as well. Next is stocks, and in stocks I put in $444 in this past month. So $40 every single week I put in just goes straight to cash, and that's the cash that I use to keep on building up. And right now I'm at 7% cash in my portfolio, and so I'm starting to build up that a little bit more, but that's also the cash that I draw from when I'm adding extra to all of the stocks when they dip, especially Tesla. And now for crypto, I added $167 last month, $34 of which is all from those freebies, which is very nice. And then I do add $10 every week to Cardano. I add $2 every day to Doge and $1 every day to Sheeb. kind of some gamble plays for the future. Again, it's not a lot for me, but I have a feeling we're going to see a turnaround in crypto in the future. So I have a feeling that these are going to pay off. Next, I have my IRA. My IRA, I put in $115 every single week because that'll cap me out at the $6,000 that I'm allotted every single year. And so for this month, I put in $460 into my IRA. All I have in my IRA right now is Tesla and QYLD. QYLD is where I put my money in when I first drop it in every single week, just so that I can, get the dividends from that, because right now it's paying out about 11% dividends. And then what ends up happening when Tesla dipped like it did, I'll take the money out of QYLD and I'll put it into Tesla. And so I've been buying more and more shares of Tesla on its way down to just keep on building up my share count there. Next, I have my HSA account, my health savings account. This is for any medical bills or anything that are going on out there. But what I can do is $1,000 I have to keep in this separate account, but anything over $1,000 I can invest. And so I make sure to put as much money in there as possible because it's another tax-free way for me to be able to invest. And so there I get capped out at $3,000 per year. I don't have enough going in there right now because I do want to keep that cash on the side for my house. But again, as soon as I get the house, I can then take more money and put it into my HSA also. So this past month, I was able to put in $141 into my HSA. What's nice about this as well is my employer also contributes and matches whatever I contribute into my HSA. So again, it's more free money on top of free money that's getting taxed ahead of time and going to be tax-free later. Just a lot of little different ways that you can work the system to be able to make your money work for you. And then because of the bonuses and the PTO payout that we had this month, I had a great chunk that I was able to put into savings, and I was able to put $3,300 into savings, which is great because this again is going to be going towards the down payment on my house in the future, as well as this little safety net for me for any other unexpected expenses that come. And so for total investments for the month, I invested $5,818 into everything combined. Now my portfolio is not recognizing this. Obviously cash doesn't matter just because it's sitting on the sidelines. But again, we have not been having a great year. So year to date, I'm actually down 23.8% in my portfolio. It doesn't concern me. Again, these are the times that we are looking at just adding as much as you can because it will turn around. And when it turns around, all the investments that you made now are going to be worth much more in the future. I already saw that in Q1 because coming out of February, I was down over 17% in my portfolio. And just the 2 weeks that we had of a rally that we saw in March, that 2-week rally alone was able to make my portfolio go green year to date by the end of that month. So now, yes, we have had a rough 2 months since then, so I'm back in the red again. But seeing as how quickly things can turn around, I have faith that I will still be green by the end of the year because I'm investing as much as I am while we are depressed. And so because the prices of everything came down so much in the month of May, I was able to add 3 shares of Tesla to my portfolio, which puts me at 61%. Now thinking about previously at the end of last month, I was around 59% with 3 less shares, but the stock price was significantly higher. So when we do get this rally continuing higher, it's going to take me higher and higher in my portfolio because I've accumulated so many shares. My goal right now is 69% in Tesla. Not there yet, but I have a feeling if this rally continues, I will get there very quickly. And so I also track my net worth every single month because this is how I can see that what I'm doing is continuing to work for me, because when it comes down to it, net worth is what I'm going to be passing on to my son. So am I going to be able to pass along to him a generational wealth that he can then use for himself? So right now, based on this last month, my net worth has grown to over $80,000, which for me, I'm extremely happy about because 5 years ago, I was in the red, upside down, $65,000. So because I have taken the time and the due diligence to learn about investing, make sure I pay attention to my expenses and my bills, and just be wise with my money, within 5 years, I went from $65,000 in debt to $80,000 of a net worth. But otherwise, having this with an $80,000 net worth is huge. So I will be slated to be 6 figures well before the end of the year, and that's if the market just stays flat. If we end up continuing to grow, this could bode very well for me in the future. Plus, that $80,000 does not include my car that I own outright currently, and Tesla has offered to give me $8,600 for a trade-in, so my net worth does not include that, and I don't even have a house yet. So once I get a house, that's really going to start turning that net worth around. So for the house, I am waiting for the end of the year, kind of waiting to see this housing market pull back. A lot of people are looking in that direction. We talk about self-fulfilling prophecies on here a lot more regularly now. So thinking about how many people are talking about the housing market crashing and pulling back, that could end up being a self-fulfilling prophecy as well. So I will wait once the prices come down. I will then be able to take the money that I've been saving in my savings for the down payment and utilize that to buy a house to then get more net worth there, as well as cash flow generation when I have tenants. And so I do have this all in a spreadsheet and a chart and graph that I share over on Patreon. I update it every single week. If you guys want to check it out, it's over there. And I'm not a financial advisor, but over there, if you guys see things like this or you're trying to help yourself grow your net worth, I am completely open over there. So I'll share with you guys everything I have done for myself to get myself to where I am right now, and I have no problems helping you guys along the way. Obviously, just remember, again, I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm just giving you my experiences and helping you as a friend. And again, if you also have any questions about any of this, feel free to ask me. I'm a completely open book, so I have no problem sharing with you guys any of the information and numbers that I have on here, and if you want me to dig deeper, I will certainly do that for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. We do also have a Discord channel, and that link is down in the description. Thank you all so much. Have a great one.